Hey everybody, Lee here with an update on what is now day 24 of the carnivore diet. A week to go and everything going beautifully. So I mentioned in previous updates how I was feeling really great, body was feeling good, head feeling really clear. And that's continued. Nothing's really changed in terms of how I feel physically or mentally in the last couple of weeks really. Last week, the first couple of weeks it almost was like the fever pitch was like euphoric, and then it just continued. So there was gradual rise to a peak, and it's just kind of really stayed up there. And I'm feeling really well. I'm feeling absolutely on top of the world. I think I mentioned previously that my sleep is as deep as it's ever been. Really, it's like lights go out, lights come on, wide awake, and off to start the day again. So things are really progressing well there. I will be releasing a blog tomorrow with my latest update of how everything has progressed, and some results from. I did some more work with Shay who's my NTP, as you know. On my health markers, which I'm using as my progress indicators throughout this experiment, and the results are really great. So I'll share those with you in tomorrow's blog. So make sure you do check out the blog tomorrow, because there's a really thorough report, if you like, and it'll be the last one I'll be writing on this, because like I say, the experiment ends a week today, and I'll probably just wrap things up in a video and go back to the usual style blog, sort of moving forward. But look, it's been a great experiment so far. I've really liked a lot of things that I've learned about it. I've learned about my body and how I've progressed in terms of my health, and where I'm at and where I want to be, I think, too. So overall, so far with a week to go, it's been an absolute success. Joanne's having great success too. She's smashing it. I don't know if she's weighed in for a couple of days, but the last time she weighed in, she was around about 6.5 kilos lost. So that would have been around the 22 day mark. So progressing really well. I've seen changes in her as well, that maybe she has or hasn't seen, but she's a lot. Her determination is back, her drive is back, and given what she has on her plate with regards to work, and obviously we've still got a young baby and a 4-year-old daughter too, and managing those between the two of us. So Jo does extremely well. So I think it's been a great benefit to her too. I will eventually get her to podcast with me and talk about her experience, and also her whole story, because she's behind the scenes and I mention her a lot, but I'd love to get her on a podcast, and I'd love to make that my first one. I do have some goals around that I'd like to kick very soon. So Jo, you're getting on the podcast with me. But that's it. So day 24, a week to go, and everything's just still going great. Loving it. It's been an amazing experiment. Not craved anything really other than pork crackle, and I can't make it, so but that's probably been the one thing. I'm enjoying the red meat and the steak, and loving eggs. I'm eating heaps and heaps of eggs, because I just have become really not addicted to them, that's the wrong word, but I just really love them. So there you go, that's where we're at with Carnivore. So keep an eye out for the blog that'll be out in the morning, usual time, usual place, and that's going to be a really thorough Carnivore update with health markers and things like that. And I know there's been a few people that have been quite interested in how this has gone, and I did promise that if there was enough people interested, that I'd do a live Q&A about this and about anything else that you might want to talk about, potentially towards the end of next week. We'll see what sort of interest that gathers. But for now, have a great evening, have a great weekend, and enjoy the blog tomorrow.